Arkansas. Today is Thursday, November 13th, 2025, and the time is 5:33 p.m. Y'all, I'm just going to insert this clip. When I made the coffee with the milk, when I added the milk, the temperature dropped considerably in the coffee. Now I'm going to continue to pour it. I'm just going to insert this snippet to tell you, to give you some pointers, that be aware that when you add cold milk, and I did put in more than usual, and because I don't even have any liquid coffee creamer or half and half, it brought the temperature down on the coffee, and it caused it to, the coffee blended with tea, and it caused it to become cold. And so I want this served hot. And I'm going to just pour it back into the cup. And so you all, if your coffee and tea gets cold when you add the cold milk, if it gets too cold, just take a saucepan that's clean and heat it up on the stove, and then you'll have yourself a delicious cup of coffee blended with tea and pumpkin pie spices, in this case Lipton tea. Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Thursday, November 13th, 2025. The time is approximately 4:36 p.m. You all, in the midst of the shutdown, which they just announced that today is the official day that the shutdown is over, but it's going to take time before airlines resume back to normal. And it's going to take time for people to begin receiving their paychecks and their benefits and things of that nature. Federal workers haven't been working on furlough and not even getting paid. And I have a missing check and some missing finances. And I had to go into my ready cash to pay for this at Walmart yesterday. And I'm so used to using my card to pay for things that I honestly was trying to put the cash in the part below the arrow at Walmart. I had to call over flag down the Indian lady and ask her where, I said, it's not giving me the option to pay for cash. And she was saying, and I was showing her that I was trying to put it in there and it wasn't doing anything. She told me to put it in the top where the arrows are. I'm like, oh my goodness. So anyways, I guess I had it down below the arrows. I did have the cash money below the arrows, but I'm thankful for what I was able to get, to say the least, you guys. So right here I picked this up yesterday and I made some last night, and it is Colombian instant coffee, medium drink. It's been a while since I've had this one, but I have did a review on various coffees, including Colombia without the N on it, which is more of a darker pressed powder, which I will include any and all coffee related videos. I also have been having a taste for some Swiss, well, actually some cocoa. I started to say Swiss chocolate cocoa. Y'all, this time I've picked up Nestle rich milk chocolate. So I know that I love Nestle chocolate candy, like their Crunch bars. So I'm like, okay, instead of doing the Swiss chocolate cocoa, which was featured in one of my videos, I may not have mentioned it, but I did have it on the countertop when I had a lot of food on the counter in an older video when I was doing a review on a coffee. And you will see like a box of Swiss chocolate mocha, and I will include that in the description box and along with all other related videos. This, and up here I have it says Always Save instant coffee. Y'all, it has been blended with Walmart Great Value instant coffee, because Always Save instant coffee is good, but it's very light. It's like, if you ever had blonde roast coffee, which I love blonde roast coffee, it's even lighter. The Always Save brand instant coffee, it's even lighter than the blonde roast, which means that it doesn't have much strength. So I took the Walmart Great Value brand of coffee that I don't really care for, and I mixed it in with this, and now it's strong. Today I'll be using the Colombian coffee, and I want to bring out, I'm going to take this down and set it over here on the counter, and I'm also going to take down the caramel macchiato coffee creamer. This is non-dairy coffee creamer. I'm going to set it here. And then I'm going to, and I have one more coffee creamer. I have the non-dairy Always Save coffee creamer from Cash Saver Edwards. It's kind of like a similar to Best Choice brand. I'm going to set that right there. And my coffee kettle is still should be hot, but I'm just going to, my tea kettle rather, I'm just going to go ahead and reheat it down low to help keep the heat up on it. Boiling and whistling and stuff, but the fire has been off on it for a while. And so I want to discuss something. So I have the Colombian coffee here, the caramel coffee, and then a regular non-dairy coffee creamer right here. So I want to point something out here, you guys. I have a question for a YouTuber named Nurse Glory. I believe that the video is titled that Tata said Majesty is not part of the family. So she asked her children, do they want some tea? After she made fried egg sandwich with bread, with a, like a brioche bread that was kind of hard on the outside and soft on the inside. She had fried hot dogs that she called sausage. In that video, I just want to ask Nurse Glory, why do you call cocoa or hot chocolate tea? So that's my question to you. You asked your children, do you want some tea? And the kids was like, yes, we want tea. And I'm thinking, of course I like my Lipton tea. And by the way, I usually blend the tea in with my coffee. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tea down because this is like my medicine, okay? It works like an antibiotic. So I like to mix, so I have the best of both worlds. I like to mix a few grains of Lipton tea up with my coffee. And I didn't do that last night. So I do need that in my body to fight against, as an antioxidant. But I won't be making cocoa right now at this moment. And they're showing you that, you see the little broken pieces of chocolate bars to let you know that it tastes a lot like real chocolate, okay? Nurse Glory, why do you call milk chocolate cocoa or hot chocolate tea to your children? Because I was wondering, what kid likes tea, other than like Lipton tea when it's cold with sugar in it? And I'm thinking, wow, those kids are going to be hyper if they get some tea. To my surprise, I saw her take the tea kettle, which this is my tea kettle, but hers is more like a see-through glass tea kettle. And of course, I'm about to use my tea kettle right now. I just put the fire back on it to make myself some Colombian coffee, and I'm going to go ahead and put some tea in there. Some of that Lipton tea, just a few grains in there. The enemy has been attacking my feet. I washed it with soap and water. My right feet, they've been doing like root chakra, attacks on my root chakra, and I rebuke that. And so I, been praying and everything. So I'm going to put some tea in my coffee, and so that it can operate as a medicine to remove any thing that's in there that shouldn't be in my body, to work against any foulness that's there. Normally you would brew it inside of the bag, but this is what I do. This is Lipton, special blended for iced tea. But of course you can serve it hot. And I have tore just a side open here so I can take the grounds out. There, so you can see the tea grounds. If I could take a snippet of it, I would. And this tea is blended with the coffee and it's hot. It will release the tea into the coffee, so I get the best of both worlds. And it also operates as an antioxidant and a antibiotic, and help to remove impurities from the body. Now, let's go over to the 100% Arabian Colombian coffee. I opened this up last night, as I stated before, and I have some pictures. I'll show you that it has a gold, there it is right there, gold label. I didn't take all of that off there, but this is the lid here. And I'm just going to set that right over there. And this is instant coffee. Y'all look at how pretty and big and golden this is. Now, some instant coffees is more crushed like powder, but this is big grains and golden. Let's try not to make a mess. Fingers were slipping. I'm trying not to touch the volume button by mistake, because if I do, I'll have to start another video clip. It doesn't take a lot of this. Last night I made it too strong. So right there. Now let's go in with the powder creamer. Let me get my fingers out of the camera. Let me move the milk chocolate back over there. And let's go in with, I'm going to do the caramel macchiato. I love the taste of caramel. I wanted to get the Starbucks instant salted caramel coffee, but because we're in the midst of a shutdown and I'm missing a paycheck, you all, I had to use my ready cash. What I did was I got this instead, which is, how many ounces is this? 7 ounces. If I'm not mistaken, that salted caramel Starbucks, I'm not sure of how many ounces it is, but if it say that it's 7 or 8 ounces, the container sure is small but delicious. So to be on the safe side, and I had to be more economic, so I decided to get this taller canister of instant coffee. Even though I really love the taste of the salted caramel, I decided to get this because it's more economical and it's delicious. It doesn't take much of this Colombian instant coffee for it to be strong. What I call my pumpkin pie spices in my coffee and teas. I got some more cinnamon up there, but I still have some of the Great Value brand here. So that was best choice up there. So I'm going to use this cinnamon, this allspice, this here on my arm, and then this whole cloves. Hey y'all, I just put in some cinnamon and allspice, and now I'm going to go in with, I'm just going to do 1 clove. And clove is good for your health. I rebuke any negativity associated with that cinnamon falling to the floor here. Just got 1 clove out. And there here are the cloves. Right here, these are whole cloves. I'm going to put it right in there with the cinnamon and allspices and coffee cream and coffee and tea. Okay, you all, I have brought the sugar around. Yeah, I had also ran out of sugar, you guys. Thank goodness, thank God I got another package of sugar. So it's time to sweeten up the coffee. And this is the Great Value granulated sugar. Ains, Zwei, dry. Fünf. That's 5 tablespoons of sugar for this big cup. You may not need that much sugar, but I'm using a big cup for the most part. And then, and that was in German. I count to 5 in German. And then for Arabic, 5 tablespoons would be wahet, iknain, talata, arba, himsa. Without further ado, go ahead and go in. I turned my tea kettle back off. I'm going to go ahead and use Always Saves. You want to make it as creamy as possible with or without the liquid. Okay? Don't shall never be my portion. I thank God for food, clothing, and shelter, even in the midst of the longest recession in history. So you all, I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. The water is nice and hot. Of course, they want to come out right. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid. I'm not going to screw it on. I'm just going to loosely put that over the coffee to minimize it getting any moisture in it. And I did it that way so that I can, if I need to add more coffee grounds, let's say if it's too weak, then I can just go ahead and add more coffee. But you guys, for the most part, this is going to get ready to complete my video. I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to give it a taste test. Give it another stare. Y'all look at that. It looks beautiful, even without the liquid cream or milk. Y'all, before I taste this, I'm actually going to add some milk to it because the enemy has been attacking my right foot and the bone in my lower right calf. And y'all, I all but had maggots and worm in my scalp the other night. I know that's a story for another day. And I felt something wiggled, and I shouldn't have anything foul in me. I've been voodooed for the most part, and I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But let me grab my milk. And I'm going to... Okay, so even though I prefer regular coffee creamer, I have used milk before in my coffee. I did leave enough here to top it off with milk or coffee cream, which I don't have that. But anyways, I need the calcium, the vitamin D and all of that. And of course, tea is always delicious with milk anyways. And I do have tea in the coffee, so that helps to balance it out. So without further ado, and I have a Best By date of November the 24th. I did eat some cereal earlier, and I made a video on that, and we'll be including that in the description box as well. So you all look, I need I kind of overfilled it. I need the calcium to strengthen the bones in my legs and my feet, especially in my foot, in my right foot, in that lower right calf. Somebody has been attacking my body, and if there be anything foul in me, I ask that it be removed by the fragrance of heaven. Y'all, I can't stir this without making a mess. And I don't want to get my tea box messed up or my sugar or anything. So let's see. Y'all, look at that. I overfilled it. Oh my goodness, I'm stirring it slightly. I'm trying not to let it go overboard, just enough to kind of mix in the flavors. It looks beautiful though. And I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to tell you exactly my honest opinion. And then I'm going to be out. Okay, so let me take a snippet. I didn't mean to overfill it, but I'm sure it's going to be grand. So, Heavenly Father, I'm just getting a quick prayer in. I come to you at this hour. I thank you for food, clothing, shelter, and life. And I pray that this coffee blended with tea will be nourishing to my body, and also rebuke any negativity associated with the cinnamon falling on my left feet. I rebuke any and all subliminal attacks and satanic attacks on my money, on my finances. Lord, let my healing come forth. Let my breakthrough come forth in Jesus' mighty name. And Lord, I ask that you bless this coffee to where it's nourishing to my body. And I'll be so careful to give you all the praise and the glory forever. Amen. Y'all, here's my honest opinion. Look at the color. You know it's going to be good. You can see the tea and the pumpkin spice, which is a blend of allspice and cinnamon and clove, 1 clove. Here goes. It's delicious. It's perfectly sweet, and it's creamy, and it's absolutely grand. Y'all, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next. And if you never have tore open a bag of Lipton tea, and it doesn't have to be Lipton, just any tea. It can even be an herbal tea. For those who have switched to herbal tea, and then you miss your herbal tea, and you wake up feeling tired and sluggish, but you still miss the taste of coffee, I suggest that you start blending your tea together with your coffee so you can have the best of both worlds. With that note, I'm out. Thanks for watching.